Monsieur Renard, Monsieur Manetti, vous avez perdu votre premier match. Inutile de vous demander si c'est une déception pour vous.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that question. I think the reason why it took a little bit long to get here was just to comfort my players, and especially the player that got their own goal. We should not forget that we are in the group of death, as you've mentioned it yourself, all the reporters, you are aware of it. And we are the underdogs. And I told you yesterday, we don't have a problem with the underdog tag. And I am so proud of my boys. I'm so proud of the way they executed the tactic. Yes, sometimes it's not nice to watch. But I came up against a very experienced coach. I came up against a very experienced team. And for us to have made it to AFCON, it's already a success story for Namibia. We are ranked 113 with most of our players playing in the African continent or at home. And we had to play a specific way to make sure that we stand a chance or get an outside chance. So I'm very pleased with the performance. Yes, I'm disappointed that we couldn't steal that 1 point from Morocco, but I think it's well deserved that they eventually got that goal, although it was through my own player. Thank you.
Monsieur Hervé Renard, est-ce qu'on peut dire que c'est un beau début pour le Maroc, même si ça a été laborieux?
Tout d'abord, félicitations à cette valeureuse équipe de Namibie. Félicitations au coach qui avait bien préparé son match. Et on a eu l'opposition dont on attendait. Il me semble vous l'avoir dit hier. Ça a été difficile de mettre du rythme. À cela, plusieurs raisons. Certainement la bonne organisation de cette équipe de Namibie, la chaleur. Et puis dans un premier match, c'est toujours difficile de rentrer à 100% dans une compétition. Mais le plus important, c'est de prendre 3 points. Et j'espère que cette équipe de Namibie va poser des problèmes à la Côte d'Ivoire et à l'Afrique du Sud également. Moi, je pense qu'il fallait, le plus important dans une compétition comme celle-ci, c'est d'avoir un effectif. Et la chance à tout le monde. Félicitations à Youssef, envoyer un message à Mr. Igouarabia. Avec la chaleur, la préparation, difficile de milieu de terrain, à force de presser, de tenir 90 minutes, donc les changements. Et je pense que de temps en temps, c'est bien de secouer un Karim est très bien rentré. Le cocotier, comme on dit. Bien sûr qu'on compte sur lui. Et à Pillon de rester éveillé. Il ne pouvait pas jouer aujourd'hui. L'important, ça servait à rien de 3 joueurs des risques pour disputer une Coupe d'Afrique. On aura besoin de 5 jours pour se préparer, c'est bien. Sofiane Boufal, vous savez très bien que Karim El Amadi, Khalid Boutaï sont bien rentrés, ils sont du dynamisme au milieu de terrain, de la fraîcheur, et on a manqué quelque chose de aujourd'hui, mais c'était loin d'être facile face à un solo assez bas, mais c'est dû à la bonne importance et malgré de nombreuses occasions d'en marquer un et de prendre 3 points.
Satish Shekhar and Kaz Madison, one for each coach. Ricardo, you've now played one of the great teams in the tournament. How far do you think Morocco can go? And to Hervé Renard, you played against a difficult team in Namibia. How far do you think they can go now that you've seen how well they go?
I think I can answer both questions. All right. Look, the purpose of us coming, I've mentioned it a couple of times, and we know our strengths, we know our weaknesses. You cannot come to an African Nations Cup after 11, 12 years, and then you expect to you're already in a group of death, and then you expect to talk about round 2 and quarterfinals and getting out of the group. I think this group, as far as I'm concerned, we will play a very important role deciding who's going to go through. That should be quoted, please. We will play that role, and we are happy playing that role. How far will Morocco go? I think they have a good enough side with a lot of depth. Every time they made substitutions, I was worried. I think here comes another one, another quality player. What does the coach have in mind this time around? Will he change things around? And he has that luxury. Now, to win a competition, you need depth and you need flexibility. And I think that is what Morocco has. Yesterday, maybe the Moroccan people are not so satisfied because it's only 1-0. But look at the bright side. You have depth and flexibility, and I think they're a team that can go to the final and even lift this trophy. So, with that, and then let me answer myself. Coach, you spoke enough. Let me talk.
No, you were not at our press conference yesterday, and I'm sure 11 years ago you were in Ghana. Remember what I said yesterday. I was assistant coach of Ghana. We played the first game against Namibia. We were hosting the competition, yes, and we only won 1-0, like today.
Yeah.
This is football.
So I think leave the talk about Namibia, second round, quarterfinals. We're going to take it one game at a time. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Joe Boat from BBC Sport. I've got 2 questions, one for you, Mr. Ricardo. So my question, are you coming to this tournament just to defend? What are you going to do for the next game against South Africa? Are you going to do the same style like what you did today against Morocco? Or are you going to open your style of play? My second question for Mr. Lebrun now. So what are the main mistakes you have seen today and you think you have to overcome for the next game? Thank you.
Thank you so much. Normally as a coach, you look at what you have. And for us coaches, it's also about, it's almost like chess. You play a chess game. And I've seen throughout the world, people have a problem with defensive football. People become real negative when you play defensively. But you need to ask, as a journalist, as a reporter, first and foremost, why is that specific team playing defensive? Why are they not opening up? It's about the quality that you have, it's about your deficiencies that you have, and then you choose a specific tactic to play that way. So it's not that I would love to play defensive football. At times we are forced to play that way. For the second game, I cannot tell you how we're going to line up. It's a derby, a southern derby, Namibia versus South Africa. Obviously it will be a little bit different. There will be more emotions involved. But unfortunately I cannot give Bafana the luxury of telling them whether we were going to defend or whether we will play attacking football or whether it's going to be pound for pound. Thank you.
I think you saw when this competition started with Egypt against Zimbabwe. It was not easy for Egypt at home with 75,000 fans. It was difficult for DRC because they lost against Uganda. It was difficult for Guinea, 2-2 against Madagascar. And the last result was Nigeria against Burundi, 1-0 in the last few minutes. And today it was the same. And I think Africa Cup of Nations with 24 teams is, especially the first game, is very difficult. So, of course, we need to do better. We need to put more pace in the game. But today it was difficult for us. I was very surprised because it's not a complaint, because I can say that because we won this game. But why? The players were not allowed to drink during this first half and the second half. How it's possible? I watched the other game and it was possible, and today is not possible. Strange. If you played football, you know you need to drink something, especially after 20-25 minutes. So please, the organizer, they need to think about that. Think about the players. The players are making the show. It's not us in the stand, it's not us on the bench. It's the players making the show.
Bonsoir coach. Je suis content enfin de voir un beau sourire de Hervé. Ma question, est-ce que cette victoire-là, elle va libérer les joueurs dans le prochain match? Merci.
Le prochain match, c'est un contexte complètement différent. Chaque match a sa spécificité. Le prochain match, c'est contre l'une des meilleures équipes d'Afrique. Championne d'Afrique en 2015, qui vient dans cette compétition pour nous battre après quelques oppositions qui ont tourné à notre avantage. Donc mentalement, il va falloir être prêt pour ce genre de confrontation, et l'Afrique du Sud est aussi une équipe très performante. Maintenant, match après match, vendredi sera un grand rendez-vous du football africain, et on doit être prêt pour cet immense rendez-vous dans une Coupe d'Afrique, comme le sera Algérie-Sénégal, ce genre de grands matchs en Afrique.
Bonsoir coach, félicitations pour la victoire qui est étriquée certes mais très précieuse. Alors ma question, la balance de critique ça votera certainement sur les attaquants. Encore une fois, ils n'ont pas pu concrétiser malgré une domination outrageuse, il faut le dire. Alors quelle est votre estimation sur la prestation surtout de Sounseri et Khalid Boutaïeb? Et puis est-ce que vous attendiez vraiment avoir une équipe qui retrouve bien en défense autant que ça? Est-ce que vous vous attendiez à ça?
Oui, bien sûr. On savait... Mes félicitations au coach parce que la plupart de ces matchs de qualification, il a joué avec 5 défenseurs, 3 milieux défensifs et 2 attaquants. Et aujourd'hui, il a changé de tactique parce qu'il a étudié le Maroc, parce qu'il a un groupe de joueurs auquel il sait adapter la tactique, comme il vous a expliqué. Et félicitations à eux, parce que je suis sûr qu'ils vont être capables, et vous allez le voir, de faire encore 2 super matchs contre la Côte d'Ivoire et l'Afrique du Sud. Et puis la performance des attaquants, moi je ne suis pas là pour juger les performances individuelles. Je suis là pour mener un groupe de 23 joueurs qui doit aller le plus loin possible dans cette compétition.
C'est that. It's okay? Go. C'est l'avant-dernière question. Après vous, il restera 2 questions, vous, et là-bas derrière, il sera fini. Donc tout le monde ne peut pas poser la question. On est épuisé par le temps.
Mr. Manetti Madla, we have seen you with your player Khomeini after he scored an own goal. He was maybe crying. I want to ask, what did you tell him after the game? Mr. Hervé, we have seen a trick you used through the game when 2 players were offside before the Ziyech made the foul. I want to ask if you can explain what does it mean or something. Thank you.
Oh, thank you for the question. Yeah, I think we are in a competition. We still have 2 games to go. And the mood in the camp is very important for me. Confidence is very important for me. And I don't want any of my players to feel that today they are responsible for making us lose against a very, very strong Moroccan team. If we are going to lose hope, if we are going to lose faith, then we can just pack and go back to Namibia. But we still have a very strong South African team to play and a very good Cote d'Ivoire team. So for me it was very important to tell this boy not to drop his head and that he's not responsible for it. It happens in football. It was a very good free kick. And those free kicks have been coming in the whole game. Unfortunately we cracked at that moment And I was just here to console him and make sure that he keeps his head up and be ready for the next game. Thank you.
And you know, it remember me the first game of the World Cup against Iran. We did the same. But we got a lot of chances before, and during almost the extra time, one of my players scored an own goal. So it's very difficult, but it's a teamwork. Football is a teamwork, so it happened. Maybe, like the coach said, the free kick was very good from Hakim Ziyech. One more time. And the question why we are putting two players, I can't explain everything, huh? But we have to trap the defenders. If you start on the same line, sometimes it's easy to mark. If you don't start on the same line, maybe the defender can be lost, and maybe it works. I don't know if it's that, if it's a good shooting, if it's a luck. That doesn't mean anything. I can't explain everything because it's football, but it's goal. That's all.
Firstly, to Coach Maneti, you spoke about the fact that Namibia is going to decide what happens in this group. It's coming up in the derby. I mean, you've got a number of players who know South Africa inside out. How does that shape that game, especially in the rivalry between the two teams? And to Coach you've got some connection with your next opponent. I mean, you won the Nations Cup with Ivory Coast. South Africa were quite interested in bringing you on board, and if things work out, you could have been here managing them. But what do you think is going to be key in terms of shaping this group and who goes to the next round?
Thank you so much. The South African match will definitely be a very different game. They've watched us today. We're going to watch them tomorrow. And I can guarantee you both teams will change. I don't know how we will change. Maybe we'll only change a few players. Maybe we'll change a few things in our tactics. But obviously they will also change against Namibia. And all I can tell you that it will be an interesting game to watch. Thank you.
Yes, it will be a very interesting game to remind me of Kosafa sometime. Yeah. Huh? We used to play this cup in South Africa. So we know each other very well, and I'm sure it will be difficult for South Africa and Ivory Coast against Namibia. For us, Ivory Coast, I think I explained before, since I left Ivory Coast, we played them 3 times already. It's a lot for qualification of Africa Cup of Nations. The last game of the group in 2017, we played, of course, this first game at home. It was in 2016 against 0-0 in Marrakesh. It was not a good game from us. And we got our qualification for World Cup in Abidjan in 2018, 17 at the end of 17. So once again, we are playing Ivory Coast. They're waiting for us. We have to be ready. And South Africa, I have a lot of respect for this team, like I got a lot of respect for Namibia, because I know very well the PSL. There is a lot of very good players. They have a good coach, so it will be a tough game.
Ahmed Talal, l'UCTV. Coach, félicitations pour la victoire. Après l'entrée de jeu de Soufiane Boufal en deuxième mi-temps, on a vu qu'il a donné beaucoup de problèmes aux défenseurs de l'équipe nationale de la Namibie. Est-ce que Soufiane Boufal aujourd'hui est un bon remplaçant?
Soufiane Boufal, il a des caractéristiques que tout le monde connaît. Et je pense qu'il fait très mal aux équipes quand il rentre comme ça à 30 minutes de la fin. Avec cette chaleur, on savait que le match allait durer, sauf si on réussissait à marquer très rapidement, chose qu'on n'a pas réussi à faire. Donc il fallait garder des munitions pour, sans les utiliser pour remporter ce match. Ça a failli fonctionner avec Sofiane, qui est passé quelques fois, Mais son rôle, c'est un joueur imprévisible, capable de déclencher un match. Pour moi, il n'y a pas de titulaire, il n'y a pas de remplaçant. J'ai un groupe de joueurs. C'est parfois difficile à accepter, mais il faut accepter son rôle. Et parfois, un rôle est très important. Je vais être un peu long, je vais juste dire une chose sur Kopa Barry. C'était le gardien de but de la Côte d'Ivoire. Il avait 100 sélections. Je l'ai mis sur le banc pour toute la compétition en 2015. Et puis la veille de la finale, le gardien se blesse. Il joue, il marque son penalty et c'est lui qui envoie la Côte d'Ivoire vers le bonheur. C'est le football. Il faut garder le team spirit, l'état d'esprit collectif, c'est important.
Et vous aurez la dernière question là. Et c'est fini.
Hervé, pour un match, premier match, un long lisse, finalement, une victoire un peu étriquée, un peu laborieuse, c'est peut-être aussi intéressant pour un entraîneur, ça montre à vos joueurs qu'il reste du travail si vous veulent aller loin dans cette compétition.
Oui, mais on était conscient du match auquel on allait être confronté. Comment vous l'expliquer par plein de choses. On savait qu'on allait avoir des difficultés à mettre du rythme dans le jeu. Je vous dirais en tant qu'entraîneur, et vous n'êtes pas toujours d'accord avec les entraîneurs, mais l'important, c'est de prendre 3 points. Parce que ça permet de garder un capital confiance et puis d'aborder les 2 autres matchs qui sont complètement différents. Avec déjà 3 points au tableau de marche, ce qui est très important.
Dernière question.
Bonsoir. Hier, vous avez parlé de Hakim Ziyech et vous avez dit qu'il est capable de produire l'étincelle qui change le match. À part son coup franc aujourd'hui, est-ce qu'il a donné ce que vous attendez de lui? Merci.
Oui, bien sûr. Il est comme toute l'équipe, il faut qu'il monte en puissance. Et quand un joueur est capable de délivrer d'aussi bons ballons sur des coups francs, sur des corners, c'est toujours difficile pour l'adversaire. Le football, il faut persévérer, il faut continuer, il faut insister. Et c'est ça qui paye au bout de la route. C'est tout le temps comme ça, ou c'est souvent comme ça.